Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel, and if it's your first time here, hi, my name's Roger Singh. Today we're going to talk about this field monitor right here. This is the Andycine X5. It's a 5.5-inch field camera monitor. And check it out, it's made out of aluminum. It's pretty sweet. Now, why would anybody need a field monitor? Well, one, you want a display that more than just you can see if you're on a crew, but also if you have a camera that has a flip screen, which most do, check out the size difference on here. This is a way larger monitor for you to be able to see what you're filming, especially for solo filmmakers. I like to think of it as, if your camera's further away, can you see what you're filming on this screen there? Or if it's a larger screen, you could have it a little closer and it's larger. So I personally, as a solo filmmaker, I use monitors whenever I can. As a matter of fact, I'm using a couple right now, or this camera and this camera. And I can see right in front of me what I'm filming. So let's get into the field monitor here. This is a 5.5-inch field monitor. Let's take this off. Now, before we talk about this field monitor, I wanted to give a special thank you to Andycine for sending this out to me for review. This is a review unit. They're not paying for this video, so all of the views in the videos are my honest own opinions. And you could trust that by the fact that I'm talking about it. It's a pretty good monitor, which I really, really like already. I've been using the Andycine monitor for a couple of years now. The other one I have is right over there. You can't see it, it's off screen, where I'm viewing this camera at the top. So I live by Andycine monitors, I love them. But this is cool, this is a little bit smaller. It is a 5.5-inch field monitor. It weighs only half a pound, it's really light. It's a 1920 by 1080 display, so it's not a 4K display. I also don't know as a monitor if you need to spend the money on a 4K display, but if you do, good for you, but this is a 1920 by 1080 display and it's crispy. It is crispy clear. And I'll show you in the demo here soon. At the top, you have 3 function buttons. You have a menu button right here, and you can exit the menu there with that function button. You have a 1/4" 20 thread on the top. On the right side, you have another 1/4" 20 thread and a big red power button. This is actually very helpful, and this comes in handy, I promise you. Like having the monitor over here, and I look over, I'm like, where is the power button? I often struggle with power buttons because I have so much tech. I'm like, yeah, how do I turn it on? I gotta search for the power button. It's nice to have the power button on right there. Okay, so we got a 1/4" 20 thread on top, 1/4" 20 thread on the right, and a 1/4" 20 thread on the bottom, so you can really mount this anywhere. You could power this by USB-C, by DC in right here. You can monitor the audio that is piping to the display monitor. You could have headphones on and monitor that as well. And also there's pass-through power. So technically what you could do is you could have the battery on the back, and you can have this feed power out to help charge your camera. And then on the final side here, we have DC in for feeding power in, and then we've got HDMI out and HDMI in. And on the back is where you attach your camera battery. So that is a tour of the X5. You can see my fingerprints aren't on there. It does come with this microfiber cloth for you to help keep clean. Let me show you real quick what else you get in this. Since there's 1/4" 20 threads on the bottom and everywhere, you have this adapter to put on here. And as I screw this in, then what I could do is I could actually place this on a cold shoe mount, and you can flip this up and flip it down to adjust to the angle that you need. And if this ever does get loose from you using it too much, it also comes with this Allen wrench right here where you can tighten that. So that is how you would mount that to your camera. Okay, we're gonna leave this on actually. I wanna show you that in a second. A couple of other things that it comes with is this battery. So it comes with the battery. One thing I love about these Andycine batteries is they're also USB-C chargeable. So you don't need a separate charger to charge this if you have USB-C cables coming around. Because if you have USB-C cables laying around that you keep using, all you do is plug in the battery right there and it clicks in. Then when you're done with the battery, you take that out. Okay, there's your power. You got some tools here that we talked about. Now some cables. To charge it, you can charge either the battery or pass power through via USB-C. So you get this USB-C to USB-C. But if you remove the USB-C adapter, you USB-A to USB-C, so that's kind of nice. It gives you the versatility and the options there that comes with it. And for connecting to your camera, you also get a couple of HDMI cables. You have the standard HDMI to HDMI, and then you also have this HDMI to the smaller HDMI for your camera. That's the one we're gonna be using. And last but not least, it comes in this little package here. So all of this fits into this Andycine package. I'm gonna set to the side what we don't need currently. I'm actually gonna pop in one of my small rig batteries because I love these. I charged this up previously, so I'm gonna use that. You see I have power feeding to the monitor. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on to show you how this works. Okay, I've got this cold shoe mount on the bottom. I've got my A7C right here. There's a cold shoe mount right there. So all I need to do is slide that into the cold shoe mount, twist this to tighten it, and now I have this monitor facing me. I can then plug in my HDMI in, and I can plug that into my HDMI out from my camera. And as I power my camera on and I power my monitor on, booting up here, I'll turn my camera on. You can see me here. And now that's feeding the information over from my camera to this monitor up here. Okay, you know, for the purpose of this demo, I'm actually gonna take it off of here just so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, then I'm just gonna set the display right here. So now I have the camera filming me. I have this display and it's touch screen. So all I have to do is tap on it twice. Shows me a bunch of options here. You could have waveforms. You could have, let's turn on the waveforms. Waveforms show me how my colors are doing in RGB. You also have this vector scope. Let's turn that on. There's my colors and how I'm balancing it across the scenes. You could also do a histogram and turn that on. So you see I've got like a bunch of different options here. Focus assist, that's pretty cool. Let's turn that on. And there's just so much to do here. Exposure levels, shows you right at the window, those zebra lines shows you that it's overexposed. So there's great pieces of information here for you to monitor your footage with, but also markers. You could set up grids. You could do grids, so I could do grids 3x3. Let's go back to marker. Turn off the grids. You could do safe frames. Safe zone right there. You get this red square around in the safe zone. So I'll know that the safety area is, as long as my subject is in that red area, that's where I film. And there's just so many options here. Let's go back to safe frames. One thing that I really like to use is this ratio marker. Sometimes I want to feel like I'm filming cinematically, so I'll tap on 2.35:1 and turn that on. And it shows me this transparency of like this cinematic style. If I'm gonna put some black bars on later to make it look cinematic, that's in there. And it's transparent, so you can see what's above and below, just so that you know safety-wise what's gonna be clipped out, if that's what you choose to choose. Image, aspect ratio. Let's go back to marker. We're gonna turn off our ratio marker. Let's turn off all of these other things actually. All waves off. Waveform off. Vector off. Histogram off. Okay. Now under image, you could actually change the aspect ratio of what you're filming. So I have that 2.35:1, and now you see like it squished me. If I'm filming with like an anamorphic lens, I have that option to have the monitor view what I want it to see, the ratio style of it. Anamorphic, we'll go aspect ratio, let's go auto, go back. Anamorphic, as I mentioned before, depends on the kind of lens that you have. You could turn this on if it's 1.33 times, you'll see that as an anamorphic D-squeeze. You could also image flip. So what happens is the other Andycine monitor I have off screen here so I can monitor this top camera. I actually have it mounted this way, but I went into image flip, and for horizontal flip and vertical flip, I've turned both of those on, and now you'll see it flips everything upside down. And I could just flip the whole monitor itself, but I don't want to do that because I'm OCD about having the logo upright and all the buttons upright everywhere I want it to be. Now, a couple of user options here, which is really cool. You could actually, if you're filming in a flat color profile, you could actually display a LUT on top of it. System S-Log2 to 709 cube. You'll see that LUT is on there. Let's go back to user options, LUTs. So you could actually custom import your LUTs, the ones that you want to use to display on here. You got HDR, display adjustments, you could have your backlight, your brightness, you could adjust anything on there, color adjustment. You could really fine tune this to the way that you want it to be. So color temperature, if I do 5600, that's generally where I'm filming at actually. Yeah, that looks a lot better for the kind of footage that I'm filming is 5600 Kelvin. That's where I have most of my lights set at, is roughly around 5600. this looks a lot more accurate to what you're gonna be seeing in the output. You can have different users, you can have different user profiles in here. So say you're doing like UGC content or creator content and you're also filming a movie, you can have different profiles and users here where you can have those settings in there. So you've got a lot going on here. You got built-in image management and you got histograms and vector scopes. There's a lot that this thing can do that can help you with your production. How many times have you filmed and you're like out of focus? The monitor is too far away on the camera and you can't see it because it's so small. You can have this as close as you want it to be, as long as of a cable as you have. So you can do that. And honestly, for the price of $189 US, that's what you get. And it's pretty cool. That's literally everything you get. I think if you're a content creator and you don't have a monitor, you probably should get one. There's hardly any lag. So let's see, I'm gonna give you a real-time wave and you see how fast everything's going. I'm sure there's a millisecond or something in there that's off, but honestly, that's pretty responsive. So if you wanna learn more about the Andycine X5, go ahead and check that out. I'll have a link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so if you purchase through there, I obviously get a little kickback, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And if you found value in this video, please don't be shy to let me know. Comment below, share the video, like the video, tell the world about it, about the value that you got from this video. If you did, I hope that you did. And if you wanna follow me for more camera and tech reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.